Welcome to the Hyperdash podcast, where two friends hang out and talk about video games. The meat and potatoes of today's podcast is...
What would you do in a home intruder situation?
Right, but a couple of days ago, or actually I think it was a week ago, you introduced me to a little game, maybe not so little now, called Multiversus, created by DC Games, I think.
Player First Games.
Interesting.
With help from Warner Brothers.
Right. I have personally never seen Warner Brothers on the gaming market before, or I've never seen them produce games, so I don't know, it's kind of refreshing. But let's talk first impressions.
Right, so I played the game about a week or two before you were able to get your hands on it. At first I really enjoyed it, but I've been dying to hear your thoughts on the game.
Okay, well, I gave it a try, and I started out with Bugs Bunny or something. That was the starting. Wait, no, was it? No. It was Wonder Woman. So
right, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. So first impressions, Wonder Woman freaking impossible to play. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I amassed 2,000 gold and bought LeBron James. The basketball player, which is just so bizarre to me because LeBron is just honestly so memeable, and
I do have to ask,
it's just kind of hilarious.
What made you want to buy LeBron? Out of the whole, I want to say 16 or 17 characters, what was so interesting about him?
The memes. Yeah, no, literally just the memes, and I don't know. Ended up kind of giga chatting with him. It was a good situation. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know what I'm saying.
You played better
LeBron
with
is fun to play. Yes, LeBron is pretty darn fun to play, and I just thought that it was, I don't know, it was memes. In terms of the game, though, we can stop talking about LeBron now. I think that the skill ceiling has already, the skill ceiling is very high. It's very similar to Smash Bros, where it's easy to learn and hard to master, you know?
Right.
But already, I think you've described, you and I talked before we recorded that people had already gotten really good. I mean, what's that been like?
Well, I'm pretty sure it might have been yesterday, could be a few days ago, early August, a competition for the game was actually hosted at EVO 2022. I'm not sure how it went or the results from it, but I have heard it happened. Also, for the game, Season 1, which was initially supposed to happen around August 8th or 9th, has been pushed back, which also includes a later release date for Morty, a new character coming to the game. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like they're almost pulling a Blizzard here. I don't know, they're kind of over-promising and under-delivering here. It just strikes me as a Blizzard move. I don't know, maybe Blizzard's really just been letting us down so much that, honestly, when I die, I want Blizzard to lower me down into my grave so that they can let me down one last time.
That might be a discussion for another time. But one move they made a little bit ago, after they released the open beta a few weeks ago, is they went on Twitter, and just out of the blue, they showed a screenshot of a new map they had been working on and said, "Get 10 million ringouts, we'll release this map." Collectively, as the community. And so, a few hours later, you could check their Twitter again, and the map went live. So, that was pretty insane for just content to be thrown out of the blue like that. It was never discussed, and no update was even required for the game. It was just put straight in.
Whoa, wait, dang, that kind of surprises me, no update. What if they had it planned? They had it, in the files, and then they just, pressed a button and then released it. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, but
could be.
I think that really shows the hype that has been surrounding this game. Funny story, I have been working on my college essays, and today I was at school working at them, and one of my peers was sitting across the room, and I heard him. He was they were talking about a video game, and they're like, yeah, it's like the DC characters, and I'm like, wait, are they talking about Multiversus? And I'm like, I mean, so it's like
Wow.
really popular. I mean, like, I'm literally overhearing conversations
I
about
have
it, but
seen
yeah.
some of the big streamers on Twitch giving it a try. XQC, I want to say Moist Critical, probably many more. It is definitely a very interesting take.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I don't know if I have many more thoughts on it. I haven't played it like a ton, but like at first glance, it is a very good party game.
Party game, yes.
Yeah, party game for
But
sure.
definitely has a competitive scene to it.
Yep.
But
It's already been like pretty competitive. We
Right.
played and it was interesting. Very interesting.
yes. One thing I have heard a lot of complaints about, however, is the large amount of gameplay or game time it takes to unlock new characters. At the start,
Yes, I've heard like complaining about that.
At the start, they
Yeah.
give you a few challenges that you earn 100 gold, pretty simple stuff like play a game with a friend, etc. But as you play the game more, it gets harder and harder. For winning a game, I want to say you may be awarded around 20 to 40 gold. And considering some characters are even 3,000, can take quite a while for casual players who want to experience new characters.
That's like practically 100 games per, like, 3,000 character. That's just like, I don't know. I mean, it is free to play, so you gotta monetize it somehow, but yeah, it hurts.
Right. Also,
what can you do
a
about
very
it?
weird thing the game has done is price characters at different amounts of gold. They range from
Right, like you're
1,500
valuing
to
LeBron
3,000.
James. Yeah, you're valuing LeBron James as like less than,
Iron Giant
I don't
is
know, like,
3,000.
yeah, I don't
So
know, like,
I don't
what?
know if that is development time it took, or I really just don't know why that could be.
That's just weird. I don't know why you would like. I don't know why you would like try to differentiate
Because
between them.
they should all be equal level at good play,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
They shouldn't. It wouldn't be that, oh, this character's better, so let's price him more in this type of game. That wouldn't make sense.
It's nonsensical. Yeah. Anyways, is that your first impressions?
That's pretty much all I have on that topic.
We're going to talk about the home intruder scenario now, and I think like about a week ago. Wait, no, it was a couple of days ago. It doesn't really matter when, but you showed me a clip on another podcast. I'm not even sure what other podcast, but there's
It
this like
was
controversial
Aiden
guy called.
Rotz's podcast with Andrew Tate, a very popularized man in recent media, and XQC. They were talking about what would you do if a home intruder came into your house in a home intruder situation. Both Aiden Ross and Andrew Tate agreed that the man in the relationship should go downstairs and fight.
Whoa, so we're assuming that you have a partner here.
Yes. If you are upstairs and you hear an intruder downstairs, who would go and deal with it? Or what would you do in general? So what are your thoughts?
So, well, XQC got like majorly flamed by saying that no one would go, right? Right. Okay. So I'm gonna give my thoughts. Okay. So in the, of course, very hypothetical situation that I have a partner and we're sleeping in the same bed, smirk emoji, flushed emoji. Okay, let's not. Nope. Okay. Here's my thinking. Okay. Home intruder scenario, and usually bedrooms are upstairs. Well,
if
maybe
you have
I
a
live in an
multiple
apartment.
story
You know what?
house, most are
Okay, multiple story house. Okay. In that case, my bedroom's upstairs, the home intruder's downstairs, and where would you say, like, where would you break in? Or where would a home intruder? So weird. Where would a home intruder
Could
break
either
in?
be in the back, maybe through a window in the front. I'm not really a home intruder, so I wouldn't know from experience.
Okay, let's say I don't know where they are, because that's like, I don't know where they are. So first I would wake up my GF if she wasn't already, and I would begin to strategize. Now, of course, I'm like sitting here nice and comfortable in my chair, and there's not a home intruder, but like when that adrenaline starts rushing, the rational part of your brain like just shuts down. Why am I becoming Dr. K here? Anyways, I won't be able to like think and strategize as clearly, but like who knows?
Well,
maybe this will come in
In
handy.
general, there's a lot of specifics you could get into, but would you go down? Would you send her down? Would anyone go down? Curious on your thoughts.
I would say we both strategize and then we both go down.
I see. Interesting. And you
Okay.
believe that for maximum success, like a 2v1?
Yeah, 2v1, exactly.
Okay.
We can go into detail later, but like, what are you thinking?
I think that's a better idea than sending one person down. Though I'm unsure if I would send anyone down. Especially if... I don't know if they're armed. If so, with what? And if I could really put up a fight against that. What do you think?
Okay. Here's what I would do. So, I would find any sharp object that I could upstairs, because I'm going to assume that the kitchen is downstairs, the knife block is downstairs. And I don't know, like maybe I heard this statistic like wrong or something. I'm not even sure about this, but I think most home intruders, here's the thing. Most home intruders actually intrude during the day, when you're at work and you're out of the house. But I mean, I suppose, let's say that they're intruding at night. We don't know if they have a firearm, but I would just grab like a sharp object. I'm thinking like electric toothbrush, if you have like those fancy electric toothbrushes, they have this sharp pointy metal like needle at the end that you're supposed to stick your toothbrush head on. I either grab that or a pencil or a pen. Or a stylus that I use to control my iPad Pro, because it is the future.
So you are
The far, far future.
very willing, it sounds like, to attack this intruder at all costs.
Yes, I am. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you're a home intruder, you make your way through the house. You're like busting through the stuff. You're stealing the stuff. Do you go upstairs and like risk walking in on people? Like, what would you even do if you like walked in on people?
I think you go upstairs if you don't think anyone is home, because there would just be more up
that's
there.
fair. Yeah. And I mean, maybe you'd,
because jewelry,
I don't know.
Jewelry would be kept upstairs in the bedroom, most likely. That would be something
True,
valuable
right.
to steal. So I think the intruder would go upstairs, most likely.
In that case, okay, let's say I arm me and my girlfriend, and we don't know like what we're heading into. So I'm thinking like, if there's any kind of like right hand peeks that we can have, like sneak around the house and try to find any angles to gather as much information as possible. It is dark though, so it depends on like the layout of the house and if the windows are letting in any moonlight and if there's any open spaces. But I just want to listen and gather as much information as possible, and then I'm thinking like we just straight up sneak downstairs and just rush him or her.
Right. Well, here's my question. What if... Okay, if when you attack this person, do you impose injuries or just try to restrain them? Let's say up
I'm
to this
thinking.
point you have gathered information that they have a gun. All right, they have a firearm.
Okay, if they have a gun, I am fighting to kill because this is a literal life or death scenario. So I'm like literally, like I would be like fighting tooth and nail. I would like, you know,
What if the intruder
like,
had no
I would
intentions
bite.
of shooting you? It was just a precaution for protection.
Well, that raises an interesting question, but if I get like if it gets brought up in court, they're the ones who broke in. So like if I inflict any injury, it's all in self-defense.
You can say that. I know states can get very technical. I do believe the law differs state to state on that very topic. Is if you were to murder a home intruder, what type of punishments would you face? Gotten a hold of them, right?
Yeah. Well,
Restrain them. Because if you do it before, well then what if they pull out the gun? If you just threaten to hurt them,
they would be like, you have a pen, I have a gun.
right, they could easily panic even if they didn't have the intentions to shoot.
Exactly. So we should rush them.
I would say if you took them by
But should it be a we? Should it be
I
a
think
we?
so. 2v1 is much better odds.
2v1, yeah, true. We rush them. We restrain them.
If you could take their gun while you're restraining them, because they're gonna think about it. If you got attacked from behind you in the dark, out of nowhere, you would be pretty caught off guard. You have the element of surprise.
Yeah.
So if you could take the gun,
best case scenario, we restrain them somehow and take the gun.
well,
I don't know what restraining
hold
like
arms and
looks like.
legs,
Hold arms and legs.
I would say.
I mean, it depends. Like, I don't know. I'm not a wrestler. I don't really know these things. I think it'll just really come down to like what happens in that moment. I don't know how to wrestle. We definitely don't want them breaking free. And I mean, at this point, if we've confirmed that the intruder like is actually an intruder and not like something else, then the one who's not restraining them should be calling 911.
I'm thinking you
And-
call 911 before you go in for the
True.
like as soon as you
Yeah.
see the person, maybe you're sneaking
Yeah, you should-
downstairs, you see someone grabbing stuff, you confirm that it is an intruder.
Yeah, because I was thinking like you don't want to have a fake call, right? Or like you don't want to have a false alarm.
Well, that I think it's justified if
if you have like reasonable suspicion that
if you hear
it's actually
someone while
happening.
you're upstairs, you think you hear someone, maybe it's like a raccoon in the trash cans, I don't really know. I don't think it would be that. It's much better if that's the case than say a couple of 6-year-olds calling because they think it's funny. I don't know.
True. Yeah, true. Anyways,
Better to be safe than
so
sorry.
yeah. I mean, in that case, the dispatcher might just be like, okay, just wait upstairs and keep yourself safe. And that would be very boring, and we don't like boring. So, I don't know how we're going to restrain him. I mean, I don't, like, carry handcuffs around.
Jeez.
I honestly don't even have rope in my house. So we couldn't just, like, tie him to a... What did we even tie him to? I don't know.
I think you could
We could take his gun and shoot him in the leg.
that might be a
can't
little
run away.
extreme. If you've taken the gun, there's no need to shoot.
True.
I would say if one person
Oh, just point the gun at him. Just hold him at gunpoint,
Right.
but don't actually shoot. If you've taken the gun.
like I said
I don't
earlier,
know,
I
it's
think one person, if you've grabbed the gun, one person holds legs, one grabs arms, and you wait
Yeah.
if you already called.
Yeah. I just feel like, let's say I'm, I don't know, 160 pounds, and I don't know how much the average woman weighs, like 120, is like, like, what do you mean, like, hold arms and hold legs? Are you talking about, like they're laying on their belly, like on the ground,
Belly or back.
and you're like,
they're on the, because you've
belly or
rushed them,
back.
so you've attacked them. They're on the ground.
You've like tackled them,
Tackled
so they've
them,
fallen
yes,
over.
yes.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know if that's enough weight. I feel like I don't know. I've never seen two people hold down like another person. I don't know like how much force that takes. Of course it matters like how much if you're being held down and you have like the strength to be able to get up or something. But
Right.
I don't know. That's weird. But like, okay, so I want to summarize my point so we can get on to yours, which is we sneak around, gather information, call 911 once we've confirmed it's an intruder, and then rush them by tackling them, disarm them, hopefully restrain them, wait for the police to arrive, and if they happen to shoot at us, or like if they only have like a knife or something and they like swipe it at us, then it's a fight to the death.
I would have to agree. Really, with pretty much all that. All I would say is I definitely think we've turned this conversation into more of a moral speaking. Is it right to shoot the intruder, even if they weren't going to shoot and all that, versus more of a gender obligation discussion that I believe was talked about on their podcast.
But okay, you hear something downstairs, and like I just like, what is the thinking behind sending no one? Like, why would you not send anyone?
So no one gets hurt.
Ah, true. But I mean, like, imagine they come upstairs.
If they come
And they,
upstairs,
like-
okay, if they come into the bedroom, they're kind of screwed. Because
They are?
think about this. I highly doubt they're going into the room holding the gun like they're a police officer searching the room.
Yeah.
They could, but if not, easy.
You just rush them.
Yeah. It's pretty much what you do in your situation, except up there to eliminate chances of being hurt. Or you could hide. You could even hide under the bed.
True.
In the
you
closet.
That's so true. But like, I don't know. That just doesn't sit right with me, you know? It's like the objective is right there. No, this Overwatch analogy is not gonna make sense. But okay. Let's think about this. What if it's just like a noise and it like 999,000 times out of, or like 0.0001% of the time it's actually going to be a home intruder. Usually it's nothing, but like, one of y'all wakes up and it's like, oh my god, I heard something downstairs. It turns out it's going to be nothing. Like, it's almost certain that it's not going to be anything, but like, now who goes? It's just like a noise. It's definitely not an intruder. Or, but not definitely, but.
That's a good question. What do you think?
Personally, like, it could be like 3 a.m. or something, and that I've gotten very good at doing things at 3 a.m. So like, I'd be okay, like, if it comforts my girlfriend for me to go downstairs and just confirm that it was nothing, I would go downstairs alone. But if it were a home intruder, then of course we'd go with that plan.
Right.
But at the same time, what if they only just made one small noise, and it's one of those situations where I'm like, she's scared, she wants me to go downstairs, I go downstairs, and then it's just a 1v1, then that's a bad situation.
Which, yeah, in that situation, I think a great plan, the one I might go with, is try to confirm if possible without being caught, and then hide while
Right.
calling cops.
Right. Right. Wait, so like no fighting at all? Like, so you're
Unless I
saying
was in
that
an
you're gonna
area where there is no 911 coverage, or they're like an hour away, I just don't see how it, like, the risk.
well, true. That would increase your chances of survival. You and your partner.
Right. I feel safe staying in the bedroom. Like, if the person came in, I feel confident we could take the person
Right.
down.
Plus, easily you could lock it. Although the locks on like doors today are like literally they're just like tiny holes where you could stick a paperclip in.
Right.
So, personally, I know the chair trick. Do you know the chair trick?
Where you put the chair by, like, to keep it from being opened?
Yeah. It like physically blocks the door from being opened.
It's something how you put it underneath the knob, is it? I'm not too sure.
Yeah. So it's like you have the knob and you have the chair. You tilt the chair so it's at like 45 degrees, and then it's like as soon as someone tries to open the door, the force is the ground to the legs of the chair, and the top of the back of the chair to like the knob. So it's at like a 45-degree angle, physically blocks the door from being opened.
Right.
But doors are flimsy these days. With a little force, you could just get through. So once again, you just charge tackle them. But that's very interesting because I was like, I'm gonna call 911 and then I'm gonna fight them anyway. But you are going with the more like, let's not.
Why would I go fight
have
someone that potentially has a gun if people with guns are on the way?
True, exactly. Right.
Plus,
That's
all the
probably the more
legal
smart option.
stuff. I'm not sure what the laws are here.
Yeah, I mean, like there's stories out there that are like floating about where it's actually become like a problem. Like what situation has forced someone to actually fight? Like, of course, there's a situation where 911 is too far away, but like, I don't know. It's
A lot of technicalities.
it's
lot of
like unless you live in a
ifs.
really rural place,
Right.
it's like an if. Like, what situations have caused people to need to fight other than,
Gun goes off.
the police? But like, what would cause the gun to go off? Like, did they see you? Like you go downstairs, they see you, and the gun goes off. Then you fight, obviously, right?
Right. Okay, say you go downstairs, they notice you, they try to shoot at you, they miss, so then you pretty much have to attack. They're willing
Yeah.
to shoot at you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if they're
exactly.
missing, like, come on, do some Kovacs, some aim labs, get better. Pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
How could you not hit the 180 flick headshot? Really? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, is there literally anything that is valuable on the first floor of my house?
That also crossed my mind, is compared to my life, what is that valuable that I have in my house? I don't have a lot of money
Like,
laying
and-
around. I have my phone and computer.
Yeah, like, what do you even like rob? Like, what do you even rob a house for these days? Like jewelry, like anything you can carry. You're not gonna be like carrying I don't know, like a PC, a gaming PC, for example.
Right.
For the sake of example. I mean, and you're not going to be sitting there with a screwdriver taking out the graphics card and the CPU so you can just run with those.
Yeah, I think that covers that topic. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, we've beaten that horse until wait, what even is the phrase? We've beaten the dead horse. Is that how it goes?
I think
ever heard of that?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we've exhausted that topic. Anyways, this has been an episode of the Hyperdash podcast where we talk about the hypothetical home intruder situation. I'm gonna quickly shout out my socials. Go into the description, like, share, subscribe to the podcast, and also you can find my Twitch and YouTube down there if you want to shout anything out.
No, I'm good.
All right. Anyways, thanks for listening. Collect the strawberries and don't wear the lynx skin.